Hello YouTube. It's been a while. Hope you guys are doing well. Gosh, it must have been a couple years since I posted a video, but as you can see, things have changed, scenery's changed, but it's all for the best. I'm doing super well. I hope you guys are. And if any of you watching this video followed me on my drifting journey, sorry to have brought that to an abrupt and unexplained end, but long story short, won my Pro 2 license in that car in 2018 and planned to run Formula Drift Pro 2 with it in 2020, but obviously that's when the world fell apart with the pandemic, so things just got really expensive and kind of out of reach for me at the time. So after the car sat for like 2 years, I had maybe driven it twice. I made the hard decision to sell it, and I couldn't be happier about the decision because it went to a great guy, my buddy Anthony Rizzo in New Jersey. He's taking great care of the car, shredding the thing, and giving it the life it deserves. So check him out on socials if you want to keep up with the old S13. But that's not what today's video is about. And what today's video is about is I've officially fulfilled what is almost a lifelong dream of mine, and that is owning a Mark IV Supra. This is my 1998 Toyota Supra. It's a non-turbo 5-speed car, which I want to get that out of the way right away. The previous owner put all new badges on the car, and he did put turbo badges on it. So you guys tell me, what would you do if this was your car? It's not turbo, has turbo badges, so I know I'm just as bad as a V6 Charger driver running around with Hellcat badges on my car. But the badges are brand new, and I don't want to risk scratching the paint pulling them off. Eventually this car will see boost, so would you leave the badges on until it gets boosted, or would you take them off because it's a shame to be rolling around like that? Anyway, I imported this car from Australia, and it took about 5 months to get here. I hired a guy out of Florida named Anthony. His company name is Car Shop Midori. Check him out on socials. The guy is an absolute whiz when it comes to importing vehicles, and I really didn't do a whole lot. So I'm not going to talk too much about the importing process. He made it insanely easy. I just basically wired, to me, an obscene amount of money across the world, and a couple months later, we had this. So for today, I want to take you guys with me down to the port of Brunswick, just a little bit south of Savannah, Georgia, and show you what I went through picking this bad boy up. And at the end, I'll show you guys the car in a little more depth. So let's head down to Georgia. Good morning. It is just past 7 a.m. December 1st, and I am on my way to the Brunswick, Georgia port to pick up my 1998 Toyota Supra. I imported this car from Australia, came from the Sydney area, and I sent the deposit to Australia June 24th, which was, I guess, about 5 months ago. And due to an oil spill in Galveston, Texas, a hurricane that pitched a tsunami warning, and various other delays, I am finally on my way to get this car. And I've been thinking and dreaming about this moment since I was like 12 years old. So it's kind of hard to describe how excited I am at the moment. My wife and I drove down with my daughter, and we had a fun weekend in Savannah. I'm driving down to the Brunswick port, which is about an hour south. So I'm supposed to meet with my Twig escort at 7:30. They have to let me in the port. I've like triple, quadruple checked all my stuff. I got my paperwork, I got my safety vest, closed-toed shoes. I mean, you name it, I've got it in the back of this thing. So I'm not even sure if this is going to end up being posted, but I just wanted to kind of document this journey. One, because I love watching Supra content, and two, for my own personal memory of a day that I've been waiting for such a long time. So I'll stop jabbering now, and let's go get this thing.
All right, I got my vest on. Just met up with my TWIC escort. So if you don't know, in order to get into ports, which are secured areas, you have to have a TWIC card or a TWIC escort. It's like transportation workers, something or other. And I didn't feel like doing all the background checks and fingerprinting and everything to get a TWIC card, since I don't plan on doing this super often. So I got to get an escort. So just met up. This company has been amazing. Shout out to Kiki at the GVE TWIC service, man. She's been so helpful, so friendly. She knows how excited I've been, so I love it. We're heading into the port now. Let's go. So they run a tight ship around here, no pun intended. At the gate I had to get out and open up all my doors, glove box, hatch, everything. And they did a security screening just to check the car out, make sure I didn't have anything on me that I shouldn't. But we're officially inside the port here, so the anticipation is just building higher and higher. I cannot wait. Let's go find this thing. It's in here somewhere. All right, we got some chasers. I see an S15 over there. Oh, I think I see it. I think I see it. Oh, oh my God. I think I can't even speak. All right, let's go. Sheesh. Here she is. Oh my God. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Thank you. Oh my God. Now let's see. Yep. Totally dead. Seems like she's dead. I got nothing on the key. I got lights.
You got clutch in? The standard?
Yeah. All right, I got my new battery plugged in. We got a radio on, didn't have that before. Make sure she's in neutral. Let's see. Huh, still nothing. All right, so it had some kind of immobilizer thing. There's a little key fob in the middle. She's running. I was trying to get the first start, but it's all good. We had to figure it out. Woo! Okay, so it's a little hectic getting the car. I had to put my new battery in it because obviously the one from Australia was dead. There's like an immobilizer, so I found the fob, got that figured out. So I didn't record a whole lot, but we did it, boys. Ah! All right, we got 5 hours to drive home. It's all good. We made it. Everything went good. Man, so blessed. What a day. All right, so we're somewhere in South Carolina. Probably like 3 hours left to go. Had to hit the Taco Bell real quick. Still interested to see how drive-thrus are gonna go in this thing, but getting her done. Back on the road. $32 and we are off to the License and Theft Bureau for the DMV. So the first step when you import a vehicle, as far as I understand, is going to the License and Theft Bureau. Then a police officer comes out, checks all the VIN tags, makes sure the car's not stolen or anything like that. So if all goes well, we can get that done today and then head straight to the DMV, which is always a good time to get that done today. So see if we can make this thing road legal. About an hour and a half later, here at the DMV License and Theft Bureau, we had a officer come out, look over the car and check the VIN tags, and everything looks good there, but they said that the Australian registration that I have on the registration, it has a little bit of text that says, this document identifies who is operating the vehicle, but it is not necessarily proof of ownership. So now I have to take the car and get an indemnity bond, which is basically like another way of applying for title, and I may have to get the car appraised. So the journey continues, but I'll keep you posted. Okay, update. I just got done at the bank. Got my indemnity bond paper filled out and notarized. And as I get out of the 4Runner here, I hear air hissing. My brand new trailer tire, I made it all the way to Savannah and back. It was like 6 hours. It's Brunswick, Georgia, actually. So got a piece of metal here in the corner, but this is why we keep spares. So a little bank parking lot spare tire change. We'll just keep plugging away and figuring out this bond thing. Good times. Alrighty, like 6 hours later, we got it, and we got it. She's road legal, boys. So started my day at the License and Theft Bureau. The inspector said the Australian registration was not sufficient proof of ownership, so I had to get an indemnity bond. I think we covered that already, but went to the bank to get the indemnity document notarized, blew a tire on the trailer on the other side, swapped that out. So then I flew over to my insurance agent's office, got the indemnity bond knocked out, went back to the tag office on the way home, and thankfully it was easy breezy. I walked, there was like one person in front of me. If you're not from the US, car stuff, registration, etc. is handled by the DMV, the Division of Motor Vehicles, and they can be a pain. They're notoriously a pain. So it was nice to have a nice easy breezy time there, and super excited. I think I'm gonna have to get some kind of adapter bracket or make one to put the US plate on this car, but she's legal. Okay, there you have it. We got her home. She's real. Still doesn't feel like it, but it exists. My 1998 Mark IV Toyota Supra. I have been absolutely dreaming about owning one of these cars since I was like 12 years old. I remember going to one of my first ever Formula Drift events in probably 2009, 2010, and it was FD Vegas. We were walking through the parking lot and I saw a white Mark IV, and I took a picture of it with my camera. It was like of the Supra turbo emblem, and I was all up close trying to get all crazy with it. And I just stared at that picture for so long. And then from there, Frederick Osbo started drifting Chucky, his Mark IV Supra in FD. And from that day forward, I just fell in love with these cars. I had playlists full of them. Any model I could find, I would always buy. And I just knew I had to have one. So to be standing here today in front of you guys with my Supra is just an unreal feeling. So super grateful. So blessed to have this thing. And let's get into it. Let me show you guys around a little bit. So we'll go front to back on this thing and then hop inside, pop the hood, just show you around a little bit. But this is an S2 car, Series 2. So around 96, 97, Toyota gave the cars a little bit of a facelift. They got different headlights and different taillights mainly. They used to be on all chrome housing, they were kind of blingy, and then taillights were black, and then they switched to gray. Obviously the headlights got like a gray housing inside. So we got all the S2 bits, which is exactly what I would have wanted. I was a little disappointed that I didn't have the opportunity to kind of build the car and make it look this way, but this is to a T how I would have done it. So it was nice to be able to kind of shortcut it, and I've already put a ton of work into making it look nice, so I'm happy. Up front, this is a factory S2 bumper, and then we have a lip attached to it. I think this is a TRD V2 lip. I believe it's just a replica, but looks so good in my opinion. It's got HID projectors in there, like a cool white, and then the fogs are a nice bright yellow. On the side markers, everything is LED and updated. All the lights are brand new. Super sweet. Love it so much. So in the wheel department, we have Workmeister S1 3-piece wheels. These are 18 by 8.5 up front, 18 by 9.5 in the rear. They got Pirelli tires all the way around. All four wheels had varying degrees of curb rash on them. Like the lips were scuffed up pretty good. The passenger side, being that this is a right-hand drive vehicle, these two wheels, I've actually gone through and refinished already. So sanded the lips down, polished them back out, and then these decals were super raggedy. So I went ahead and got some new decals, got those thrown on there, polished it up a bit, polished the faces, and they look so good. I mean, these are dream wheels of mine. I've always loved the SSR Professors and the Meisters, and I just think it's an absolutely classic Supra wheel, so super stoked on these. So the side skirts are the JDM Supra side skirts. I've always loved these so much because they have these really cool flares to them. The USDM skirts are pretty much just straight like this the whole way across, but I just feel like these skirts add so much more character to the car. These are actually made by Allstreet. It's a company in Australia that makes some aero parts for Supras and some other things, but Allstreet made these side skirts and the rear spats. So huge fan of these. It's got power folding mirrors. I don't know if the USDM cars came with power folding mirrors, but some of the JDM cars did. And the driver's side works, but the passenger side doesn't. So we'll get to that another day. And this is the money shot for me right here. This is what it's all about. I just have always loved the TRD wing. If you don't know, this is the TRD wing. It's made by Toyota. It's not an aftermarket wing, and it just suits this car so well. You know, the factory Supra has this kind of a rainbow wing, and it looks good. It looks really nice, super aggressive for a factory part, but the TRD wing just fits so well. This one's got a carbon blade and carbon end plates, which is exactly what I would have done if I had built the car. So, gosh, it just looks so good. I love this thing so much. So from back here, we can see the Allstreet rear spats that again just kind of continue the flow of the side skirt. And then we have the S2 taillights, whereas, you know, they're nice on a flat plane. The inserts are gray. The S1 taillights, if you look them up, each light had like a black circle around it that was kind of raised, and I just feel like these look a lot smoother, more streamlined, and I just love the gray so much. We have the turbo badge, which is the topic of much discussion. What do I do there? We got a clear third brake light. Not sure if every Supra has a clear one or not, but I think it looks good. Fun fact, the JDM Supras have this big hole cut into the bumper for the license plate, because in Japan the car's license plates are actually mounted to the chassis, but in America the license plates are mounted to the bumper. So I had to fabricate a sheet of aluminum, just kind of beveled the edges and then wrapped it in white vinyl so that it covers the gaps. I think it came out really good. They do make adapter brackets that you can buy, but I'll take any chance I can get to play with metal, and super happy with that. So I might be butchering the pronunciation of this, but the car has a Kakimoto Racing muffler. It's a stainless muffler. Looks nice. I got some cleanup to do on it, but it sounds really good. I believe it's just a muffler, like axle back, so I still got to look underneath it and really see what it's got going on under there, but it's loud enough. You know, while it's NA, when this car sees boost, definitely plan to turn the volume up because these cars just sound so good turbo. Step inside. Factory interior is one of my favorite parts about the Mark IV Supra. It's just such a beautiful interior. They did such a good job designing it. GoPros are pretty terrible in darkness, so sorry if the lighting's not great, but we have a carbon steering wheel, lots of carbon dash trim. This whole centerpiece all the way down to the center console is all carbon. I did get my Trust weighted shift knob out of the drift car and put that in here. I got to get a new sticker for it because it's a 6-speed and obviously this is a 5-speed car, but I've spent a lot of time detailing the interior already, getting it cleaned up. Pulled several years of Australian booty juice out of this thing. Got a detailing video coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, I mean, there's a hair of waviness in the dash right here, but it's totally crackless, absolutely gorgeous. Love this interior so much. Coming in from the passenger side, let's get another look at this beautiful dash. Isn't it just so good? You cannot tell me otherwise. So nice. Floor mats are outrageously expensive for Toyota Supras. I have no idea why, but original confetti floor mats for Supras are like $500 plus. These are by, I believe it's Fitment Automotive or something like that. They're out of Australia. They got the aluminum Supra badge, really high quality, super nice. One of my biggest pet peeves is when people stick things to dashes, especially on a Supra. So if you look here in the right light, you can see somebody had something stuck on there, maybe a phone mount. Oh, it just drives me nuts. And then super common problem with Supras, the factory tweeters like to fall into the dash. So somebody has these little tweeters and they were glued right here. This one popped off, but don't glue things to your dash, people. Just don't do it. While we're discussing radios and such, we do have a Sony double-din radio here. It's got CarPlay and whatnot. When I got the car, it had this huge USB cable just flying all over the place. That also bothers me, so I tucked it away up under the dash, but might get it back one day for the CarPlay capabilities. Did have a backup camera. Can't really use it since I made that plate for my license plate, but I'll get a smaller profile one day and put that in there. Now let me show you something I despise about the interior, and it is not the Supra's fault. It is the previous owner's fault. Sorry about the awful noise, but look at these gauges. They're like this dull blue. They're uneven. Oh, I don't like it at all. So those are gonna get LEDs one day. I'll get that swapped out and we'll be in much better shape. Let's get you a little look at these fogs and headlights. My E46 has yellow fogs as well. Don't know why, I've always been a big fan of that. You can see yellow fogs, and then of course they take a while to warm up, but we do have HID headlights. Super bright at night. I need to adjust the height on it a little bit because the left side is wonky and I'm sure I'm blinding people, but it looks good. And to me, that's important. Okay, under the hood, or the bonnet, if you are Australian watching this. Here we have the infamous 2JZ GE engine. This is a 3-liter inline-6 engine, and I'm not gonna pretend that it's something it's not. I'm not gonna make Fast and the Furious jokes. However, I will say that this thing surprised me the first time I stood on it. Tons of intake noise. It actually put me back in my seat, and I was pretty surprised. Compared to my daily, which is an E46 BMW, definitely feel like this thing is faster. It's got good torque because of this funky intake manifold design. It's kind of a nightmare to change spark plugs, but we got it done. So pretty much stock. I've got a cold air intake over there, K&N cone filter, Mishimoto radiator, new battery. Other than that, just done some maintenance items. So NGK ignition wires, I did a new distributor cap and rotor, new spark plugs, oil change, fuel filter change, that kind of stuff, just to get it, you know, up to speed before I started taking it out. I wish I could tell you guys that I was going to take you with me on my first drive. However, I've owned this car a little over a month and I think I've already done over 300 miles, so I can't stop driving it. I do have a Tom's oil filler cap, which apparently these guys are pretty rare. Kind of a pain to get out of here, I will say. So let me see if I can do this. This is an original Tom's oil cap. Really cool stuff. I guess they're working on reproducing these, but oil caps are another thing that are just ludicrous for Supras. If you find original TRD oil caps, they're like big money, like $500, $600 plus. Only other thing I forgot to mention when I was showing you guys the wheels was the car does have Cusco coilovers. They have damping adjustment, obviously preload as well. A little bit bouncy, but that just kind of comes with the territory of having a low car. I'm sure some of you guys will laugh at me saying that this car is low, but by my standards, this car is pretty low. So yeah, I've been loving it so much. It hasn't skipped a beat. The car has, I think, 220,000 kilometers on it, somewhere in that ballpark. It's about 130,000 miles, I believe. And it's gonna see many more. I love this thing so much. And if it's sunny, I'm taking the Supra. So that, my friends, is a pretty quick rundown on my 98 Toyota Supra. It's still a dream. I've had the car a little over a month now, and every time I walk in the garage, no matter what I'm doing, if I'm just grabbing something to leave right away, I just have to stop and stare at it for a little bit. I feel like Toyota got everything right with this car, and I just absolutely adore it. So grateful, so happy to have this thing here, and I appreciate you guys tuning in and checking it out. Let me know if you have any suggestions, what kind of content you'd like to see. I am not going to be a full-time busy YouTuber pumping videos out left and right, but I love Supra content. I was looking for it wherever I could find it before I bought the car, so I plan to make some Supra content so other people can enjoy it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. If you got any recommendations. I do have a detailing video coming soon. I've got a video coming on refinishing the wheels, and don't really have any specific plans for the car right now, but I'm just going to enjoy it, take it as it comes, and I'll let you guys know how it goes and keep you posted along the way. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys on the next one.